buddies, pals, gentlemen, how we doing?
Hey,
Oh, what
pretty
up?
good, dude. How are you, sir?
I'm good, man. It's a great
You got a
weekend.
little Dontrell Willis action going today, and I love it, sir.
Ooh, oh, slightly
Oh,
off. There it
shit.
is.
Yeah, there we go.
You like that?
Now let me see the high leg kick.
Oh,
Unreal.
we're doing good though.
Yes, sir. Doing great. How about yourself?
I'm great, man. I got a question for you. It's All Star Week.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a great week. We got Home Run Derby tonight,
Mm-hmm.
and we got All Star Game tomorrow. My question for you is: if you could attend an All Star Week of any sport, what would it be? But let's talk like prime seating. So baseball, you could pick if you want to sit in the bleachers and try to catch home runs, or if you want to like be right behind the plate for the Home Run Derby, and then you go to the All-Star Game too. Or basketball, sit courtside for the dunk competition.
I want to go baseball so bad.
You would go baseball?
Yeah. I'd go outfield, obviously, for the Derby. I'd be running little kids over all day.
You would.
And then for the All-Star Game, I'd like to sit like behind the dugout. Either one of them, because obviously it doesn't matter.
Any thought given to hockey or football?
Nope.
So hockey was up there for me. It's a toss up between baseball and hockey for sure.
Okay.
Because especially the last couple of years, the way like the All-Star Game for hockey has been going, it's just been like this awesome, fun environment.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'd probably still go baseball, especially the Home Run Derby. Like I would for sure be in the outfield.
I was gonna say
tagging
you guys
fly
better
balls.
start a fucking hockey or baseball or basketball podcast. If we're on our baseball podcast talking about those other things.
I think I go baseball too, but courtside for the dunk contest would be insane.
Would be.
Absolutely insane.
I had the opportunity to go to the Home Run Derby here. I think it was 2006, I believe.
Yeah.
And I went on family vacation instead.
That's okay. My
Pretty
ex-wife went with her dad, and they said it was incredibly boring.
I could see how the Derby would get a little like, I don't know. I don't know though. If I was at last year's Derby, no way would I be bored.
Yeah.
No. Or 2
It's
years
been
ago, I guess.
really intriguing the last couple of years. Like I
Yeah.
love the way that it's laid out now, and they're actually like playing for money, so they have
Right.
incentive to win. It's awesome.
Sure.
I love it.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, and Danny, yeah, I would for sure be. I'd be that asshole trying to like climb the wall and steal home runs for sure.
Oh, are we talking shagging the balls in the outfield?
I didn't think about that, but that'd be sweet.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Is actually shagging flies.
Yeah.
Bro, I would be trying to steal all of the like close ones.
I would
and
be
just be a
kicking the
dick.
shit out of kids out there, dude.
Yeah.
Right?
Hell yeah. I'd be knocking them over. They would have to sign me to a contract afterwards because I'd be diving and shit, robbing home runs. I'd be
Right.
all over the place.
Be like Ichiro, where he went like knees above the wall, whatever year that was, where he stole.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly what I would do. All right, boys, let's get her going.
You're listening to the Upper Decker Podcast.
Welcome back. It's episode 72 of the Upper Decker Podcast. I'm your boy Ty,
I'm your boy Tone.
And I'm your boy Dan.
and the boys are back in town, baby. All-Star Week, boys. I'm
Yes.
super hype. Before we get into everything, let's talk about this real quick. If you are interested in the Upper Decker Softball and Cornhole Tournament, email us. Get registered. What are you doing? Why are you waiting? Hit us up, upperdecker2020@gmail.com, and we will get after you on there, get you registered, come out, play some ball with the boys.
If you said you were interested, we're about to start harassing you until you actually sign
I'm
up.
going
So,
to
fair
bully
warning.
all of you into playing.
Absolutely.
With that being said, episode 72, I got Carlton Fisk, got a big name. He wore
yeah.
72 for quite some time, and I didn't realize that.
OG Pudge right there.
Yeah. So I'll get into that here in a second. So he's mainly known for like two big plays. If you think of Carlton Fisk, one I'm sure you guys know is
The home run.
the home run where he's waving it fair, begging, just come on,
Yep.
dog, come on. So the homer off the pesky pole, that was in the 12th inning of Game 6 of the 1975 World Series.
Whew.
Beautiful. And then the other one, it's a little weirder. You see it in like blooper reels all the time. So he was credited with 2 putouts on a single play at home because somebody hit a base hit to the outfield and there were runners at second and third. And they tried scoring, came up throwing, and the guy that was scoring first tripped on the way home. So he stumbled, got up, and kept running, made the play, tagged him, and he was out. But the trail runner was right behind him. So Carlton caught his balance, came back, and got him. And they turned a double play on a putout at home plate.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So there's a couple weird things that kind of happened in his career. So he was obviously drafted and played for the Red Sox for the first, I think, 11 years of his career. Obviously, back then, arbitration, salary, everything was different. The way they went about it was just off. He signed with the White Sox in 1981 as a free agent after Boston made a clerical mistake, and they mailed him his contract after the cutoff date, in which they were trying to avoid. They were attempting to avoid salary arbitration, but they mailed it off late, and then the White Sox were like, "Bro, change your socks. Come over here. Get different colors on."
There you go.
Yeah, so pretty wild that's how they ended up losing Mr. Fisk. In 1986, so I think it's his 5th year. Yeah, 5th year with the White Sox. There was controversy when Tony La Russa, shocker, put Carlton Fisk in left field for 31 games after never playing the outfield before. So TLR was just experimenting. Fisk made 4 errors in those games, and people believe this kind of initiated the departure of TLR up in Chicago because he was kind of making all these weird decisions on and off the field and stuff. So they were like, we'll catch you later. So they ended up firing him after 64 games that season.
I wonder if he did that just to get fired so that he could go get a job in Oakland.
Maybe. I doubt it, but maybe. TLR just does weird shit.
True.
So Fisk actually set a few records during his tenure in Chicago. A lot of them are age-based because he played until he was old as dirt, but it's fun to talk about. So he set the MLB record for games caught with 2,226, which didn't get broken until 2009 by Pudge, as you said earlier, Dan. He also accrued the most home runs by a catcher in a career with 351. It's been broken multiple times since, but it held for a while. He has the most home runs by a player over 40 with 72 dingers. He's the oldest player to get a hit in an All-Star game. He was 43 in 1991 and collected a hit.
Nice.
In 1990, going back 1 year, he became one of a handful of players to play in 4 different decades. So he came into the game in 69. Nice. And played all the way until 1993. So he was played in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Dude, that's awesome.
I love that shit. He hit a grand slam on October 3rd, 1991, which, seems okay. But he was the oldest player to do that ever.
Sure.
So he was 43 years old, 9 months, and 7 days old when he hit that grand slam. And just to round it off, he caught his final game at age 45. He's the oldest player to do that. So
those 4 decades are the same as Nolan, right? 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
Didn't Nolan play in all those as well?
Yep. Yeah, you don't see it very often in baseball. Their careers aren't stretched out that long. I think we've seen it in basketball once, maybe. I think it was Vince Carter. I think Vince Carter did it.
I think it was Carter.
Have to play 20 or more years and have to start
the
at
right
the end
time.
of the day. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So.
I think Jamie Moyer did it too, if I'm not mistaken as well. But I think his last one was the 2000s.
Yeah. I mean, he's still around somewhere pitching, probably. Let's be honest. He's striking out little leaguers or some shit.
Right. Well, I don't know about striking out, but he's throwing about 47 miles an hour up there.
That's true. Well, that is all I have on Mr. Fisk. Tone, you got some birthdays this week, my dude?
I do have some birthdays. We got All-Star birthdays.
Oh,
fancy birthday,
bro.
Now that. What do you think, boys?
I dig it.
All right, I like that
it's a lot of players. So we're not doing any digging. We're not doing any bios. But I went through.
Hold on.
Yes, please.
Oh shit! Never mind. You've got all the names on the side. I was going to guess all their faces.
Oh, cool. Yeah, try to guess. See if you can guess.
Okay, I haven't looked yet. Left field, Kellenick.
Yeah.
Laureano.
Yeah.
Is that Kyle Lewis in right?
Yeah.
Carson Kelly at third?
Yeah. I had to.
Okay.
Yeah, I caught that one too.
Ty France, short. LeMahieu,
Yeah.
Bellinger, Obvi, Yachty. God, the Pirates guy's the only one I know. I don't know. Giolito.
Yeah. Chasen
He's,
Shreve
I
is
say he's
the
a
best,
former Cardinal, if that helps you.
best relief pitcher that has a birthday this week.
Best relief pitcher ever traded for Luke Voigt, right?
No, I
He
believe
was traded for Luke Voigt, but that would be
he-
Giovanni Gallegos.
I was gonna say Gallegos was on the other end of that as well. So
Oh, yikes. Got it.
But yeah, we didn't have anybody that could play shortstop that had a birthday this week. Again, I went active players only. So
sure.
so I had to move Ty France over. He plays everything. So I figured he could play it. And Carson Kelly came up as a third baseman. So
Yep.
DJ
think drafted
LeMahieu
us-
looks like the kid that just like complains at birthday parties.
Where's my present?
I wanted to play third base. You put a catcher there. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's a pretty good team. I mean, I don't know if it's like, I mean, it's not as good as a normal All-Star team, but you could win a World Series with that team.
Well,
No?
let's see what the rest of the bullpen and the starting rotation looks like. But you could probably at least beat like the Twins this year.
Oh, Tone's pissed.
No, come on.
No, that's
You
a
got-
good team,
You
Tom.
got
That is a
Rookie
good, I
of the
mean,
Year
you've
last
got,
year. You got Kalanick, who's going to be a stud.
got
Loriano's
some
awesome.
MVP and MVP candidates in there. It's a good team.
Veteran leadership from Yachty and DJ.
Oh, yeah. And if you ever need anybody to fight or complain about something stupid, Yachty's there to do it. So
And Loriano.
God.
that's true. Loriano does fight, but for good reasons.
This would probably be the best team in the NL Central. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. And
I
the
think you guys
East,
are
if we're
discrediting.
being
I think you're
honest.
discrediting this team. I'm
Whatever.
a
dude.
little
We'll-
offended because
We're
I
trying to
worked really
like
hard on it.
compliment you, bro. You did
Yeah.
a great job.
No,
You
it's
did.
fine.
You did super good, Tone.
It's fine. Moving on. It's your Tony Tones dope name of the day. It is the one and only. You know him, you love him, Jigs Donahue.
What?
I know him so well. I'm very, very familiar with Jigs.
Yes.
What?
John Augustus Donahue. He was a lefty first baseman / catcher for 9 years in the big leagues. Played for several teams, but his longest tenure was with the White Sox. So as a teen, he worked at a little cigar shop in his hometown of Springfield, Ohio,
Mhm.
which I feel like a teen shouldn't work there, but that's fine. It was like 1800s, so whatever.
Yeah, who cares?
When the shop was slow, he'd go outside to dance.
Is this like the original like sign twirler?
I don't know, man.
Dude,
Oh,
he
maybe.
might be.
He would just go outside to dance, and all the folks in town started calling him jiggers, which eventually shortened to jigs.
Probably a good idea.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I had to be very specific how I said that. So starts playing. He's in the minors in Dayton. He got into a contract dispute with his manager in 1900. They finally agreed on a contract. Of course, it was just a handshake deal at the time. It basically said if he caught 120 games, that he would get a bonus. Well, after 106 games, and mind you, at 106 games in, he was batting .333 with 51 extra base hits and 32 stolen bags as a catcher.
Crushing it.
Okay. But 106 games into the 120, the Pittsburgh Pirates purchased his contract, and so the Dayton manager refused to pay him his bonus because he didn't technically get to 120.
Wow.
Bro.
Poor guy.
Yeah, that's like some straight up like Charlie Comiskey bullshit right there.
Yeah. This is interesting here. His 45 games played at catcher are the most by any left-handed throwing catcher in the 20th century.
You failed to mention that he was a lefty this entire time.
No, I said it at the
Okay.
beginning. I made sure to.
I ignored you.
I know. I said
I
he was a
missed it.
lefty first baseman /
Oh, I
catcher.
see it now.
Yes, lefty catcher. It was actually his 45 games were 35 more than the next player. So there's someone that played. There's someone that's left-handed throwing that played more games than him, but that was back in the 1800s. So
Wow.
yeah, this is kind of fun. In 1907, the Washington Senators, who he would actually end up playing for eventually, but they were an opposing team at the time. They somehow found out that he hated snakes and toads and worms and bugs.
Oh no.
So the Senators manager, not like rookie outfielder, manager, spent a whole afternoon digging up worms and grubs and sprinkled them around the first base area where Jigs was playing.
What a savage.
He didn't notice at first, apparently, but then there was like a tag play at first, and he like happened to see all the worms and stuff, and he jumped up and like screamed, and eventually had to go to the umpires and ask them to make it stop.
First of all,
stop.
First of all, that's hilarious. Second of all, what a fucking sissy.
Right.
I mean, I don't love that kind of stuff, but like, I'm not gonna scream about some worms on the ground.
He had Joe West out there sweeping up first base for him back in 1903 or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, absolutely. But as usual, I got to bring it down because in typical Dope fashion, the end of this guy's life straight up sucked, dude. It was terrible. He it never ends well for guys with dope names. He remember he played in Chicago for quite some time. He was a huge fan of the Chicago nightlife, and it got him into a little bit of trouble, including a car accident at one point. But he also contracted the old syphilis.
Oh, that'll get you.
Yeah, apparently had ravaging effects on his mind and body, and was most likely the cause of the downturn and the end of his career, and then eventually like his life. He had a business after he retired. Opened like a bowling alley, I think, and couldn't do the business anymore, had to liquidate all his assets.
Jesus.
Wife left him because she was like, everyone knew that this dude had syphilis, and it was like, embarrassing. So she left him, filed for divorce, like basically took and then apparently spent all his money.
Oh my God. Fucking Jigs, dude.
He was forced to move back home. Like, I don't know how old he was at this point, but he was an adult, and he was forced to move back home so his mother could take care of him. And eventually, like the effects of the syphilis, his mental health became so poor, he was admitted to an insane asylum where he eventually died. But there's a catch. His death was actually reported before he actually died because apparently his ex-wife was pulling some sneaky stuff. And she was trying to get in on that life insurance money before the dude was even dead.
Oh my God.
So she had left him. She says she apparently made this whole big thing about how she's going to move to him now because she felt bad. She comes back pretending everything's cool, really just trying to sneak that life insurance money.
Wow.
Poor Jigs Donahue.
Poor Jigs, man. I'm surprised they even had a diagnosis for, the clap back then, dude, because they were feel like the other doctors, they would just be like, yo, you got ghosts in your blood, dude. Like, just cool it,
That's what just got Henry VIII.
Yeah.
Right.
Unreal. Is that all for old Jigs, Tone?
Yeah. That is it for Jigs. I do have a great final birthday slide here.
So
I'd put them all on there. So
they're everywhere.
They're everywhere. They're presents, they're balloons. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful work here, fellas.
Yes, thank you.
All righty, Tone. Well, I'm going to close you out of that. I'm going to talk to the listeners about this real quick before we get into the meat and taters of the show. So I want to ask you guys who are tuned in right now. I see y'all up there. I want you to go over to anchor.fm/upperdeckerpod/support. Become a monthly contributor. It's real cheap, just like $1, $5, $10 a month. Every little bit helps. Everything goes right back into the show. We're not out here getting treated for syphilis with this money. We are putting it all back into the show, getting new mics, Dan's got a new computer, got a whole new computer. So we appreciate you guys. Thank you all for doing that. Those of you that have already tuned in and signed up to be a contributor, those of you who have not, go check it out. Even if it's $1, why not? With that being said, we got our wheelhouse over here. So I've got who's hot right off the bat. We got some who's hot, who's not. I'm going to talk about Pablo Lopez. Dude. I love this guy.
Petey Cobbs.
I like the shit that I see from old boy. I don't like what I saw against the Braves this week. However, it's super cool. So he struck out the first 9 batters he faced in a game against the Braves. The modern era record was 8, and it was last done by German Marquez in 2018. So I know that DeGrom's done it too. I think DeGrom did it his rookie year. He struck out 8 straight to start the game. So
Feels
Pablo
right.
Lopez just doing it, man.
Good for him, man. That's tough.
That's
Yeah,
incredible.
It looked really good on my fantasy my fantasy team. I have him
Oh, I
in
bet it
another
did.
league, and he threw 6 innings, got a quality start and shit, but his ERA was like 4.50 because he gave
Right.
up like 3 or 4 more runs after that. I was like, what the fuck, man? And he didn't strike out another player the entire time. He struck out those 9 and ended with 9.
Interesting. I
was
guess he just
insane.
blew his wad at the beginning there.
Don't we all?
That's hey boys. You know what else is hot?
Who?
Denver. No,
Like
not
the state as a whole?
not the well.
Did you
Denver's
hold
the
on? Did
city,
you just
but
say the
Shut
state
up.
of
I
Denver
know.
as a whole?
God,
he knew
damn
it too. He knew it as soon as he said it.
The
The whole
on.
state of Denver. We can say the state as in like the state it's in. Like
Yeah, the
Denver.
state
No,
of
that's
the
totally
state of the
not what
city.
he meant.
we'll give it to you. Yeah, I am not talking about the Rockies. They're not hot. The actual city of Denver got up to 92 degrees today. So home run derby tonight. Okay, hear me out. High
Science.
altitude,
Science.
Yeah, I like it.
big homers. High temperatures, big homers. You know what else they're doing they're not doing that they normally do? They're not using the humidor for the baseballs tonight. So normally, if you're not familiar, in Denver, they store the humidor. They store the baseballs in a humidor to like deaden them a little bit, so the balls don't go quite as far. They are not
okay.
doing that this evening. They are letting it fly.
We just got some hot, dry balls out in Denver, dude.
Oh boy, yes. So the big question is, could we see the longest home run ever hit in a home run derby tonight?
Mhm.
And could we see the longest home run ever factually like recorded in the StatCast era, which started in 2015?
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, the longest derby home run is 513 feet, hit by Aaron Judge in 2017. That was at Marlins Park.
Shocker.
Okay.
The longest regular season home run was Nomar Mazara, 505. Ty remembers it, 2019, Globe Life Park. They've had it's been because we've known it's going to be in Colorado for a little while now, and they've got scientists and like baseball people of all kinds looking into this, and they're saying the balls could be hit as high as 550 feet tonight with all these conditions.
Dude.
They're going to hit it 550 feet high or long?
Long, like the estimated distance, like
Right.
like this. Yeah, the distance of the home runs tonight could reach 550 feet.
Yeah, you said high. I had to call you out.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
He's just trying to make himself feel better for calling Denver a state.
I am. Yeah, who do you guys think is going to hit the longest tonight, real quick? Just
Joey Gallo.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was Juan Soto, even if he doesn't beat Ohtani.
Mm-hmm. I also have my money on Gallo. I have to. But old Petey, man. Old Petey might fucking unload on one.
Dude,
He would be my second pick.
So, I don't know. We'll see. I'm
we're gonna
excited to
dig
watch
into
it tonight.
We're gonna dig into some home run derby here.
Yeah.
Yes, we are. Speaking of home run derby and all-star,
Yeah.
bro, MLB's kids, the young talent,
The little babies?
dude, they're hot, bro. Let them play. Let the kids play. That's what we've been saying for years. Let the kids play. So this year, after all of the substitutions for all the injured players and the pitchers that aren't going to be able to go or anything, the number of first-time all-stars is at 40, which is the most in all-star game history.
Snap, dude.
That's
So-
awesome, man.
We've got
love
a
it.
ton of first-timers, which is it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got youngsters that are going to be in and playing. We've got just some big boppers in the home run derby in Colorado. Like, dude,
Yeah.
this is going to be such a fun all-star game and home run derby.
Oh, yeah, dude.
I think there was only 11 substitutions also. So, I mean, even taking away those substitutions, there's still a ton of first timers. It's really
Right.
cool. Good
Right.
for the game for sure.
I hate all the substitutions that they do, but I get it. But
Right.
like, I also, if you're gonna have the All-Star game, you want the best players out there. Like, you want DeGrom to start against Shohei in the fucking All-Star game. But
Right.
I get it. Protect him. Let him rest. Whatever. But still. All right, let's move into who's not real quick. So we've got a couple of teams here. We've got the Nationals going 2-8 in their last 10 before the All-Star break. They were kind of surging there for a while, moving back up in the rankings in a very slow shitty NL East, but they've kind of backed off on that. So they're fresh off a 3-game sweep at the hands of the Giants. Giants pretty hot right now still, even though they wore their ugly-ass uniforms the other day. Do you guys think the Nationals are going to be buyers or sellers at the deadline at the end of the month?
It's hard to say, man. Like, they've got the talent. They're just not playing up to the talent. Like, I mean, you can say that for the whole division right now. So what are they? What were they, like 7 games out yesterday?
Something like that, I think. Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, it's almost a good time to retool.
So you think sell off a couple guys? And
But
then
what, the problem is their talent is like either elite or mediocre. Like,
right.
So Scherzer you could sell because of age and that kind of stuff, right?
And
even
like
though he's an
expiring
elite pitcher.
contract and stuff.
But like you're not moving Trey Turner or Juan Soto, or
No.
I wouldn't think. I mean, my God, like you got to build. That's what you're building your franchise around. So that said, who are you? I mean, Schwarber.
He's hurt and he's going to be out for most of the season.
Yeah, that's right.
He's going to miss with the hamstring injury. Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
Josh Bell has control. You trade for him for a reason.
Right.
Maybe start. Well, no, they don't have Starlin Castro anymore. No, they did pick up Starlin Castro.
Yeah, he's still there. He's still there.
So maybe you could flip him for something. Adam Eaton, but I think he's hurt. No, he went back up to Chicago. Never mind.
Trey Corbin and like hopes that someone
picks up the contract.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Like, well, you have to eat it, but
or do you finally give up on the Carter Kaboom and sell him off as a highly touted prospect and get a couple other ones? Or
I mean, you could, but then you're going to run into the same issue that they have right now is who's going to play third base. So you might as well write him out until the offseason.
I think they're pretty stuck the way they are, boys, to be honest with you.
It's basically like Scherzer.
Then I guess you buy and hope that, or you just sit put for now.
I think they're just going to ride it out the rest of the season.
Yeah,
I don't
see what happens in the offseason maybe.
Mm-hmm. We're going to move on to the next team then, the Cubs. They're also 2-8 in their last 10. They've allowed double-digit runs against 4 teams in their last 12 games. So that's not looking too hot for them. They had the no-hitter a week and a half ago or something. So right about the time
it was like right before they went on the losing streak. Yeah.
Yeah. So Jed Hoyer basically came out and said that they're going to be selling at the deadline, which is awesome. So we'll see, probably Chris Bryant on the move. Who else? You think
Jockey.
You think Jock goes?
He's on a 1-year deal. Yeah. Why would they not trade him?
I guess that's true.
Yeah. I mean, Jock, Rizzo, Bryant, and Baez are all free agents at the end of the year.
Yeah. I mean,
maybe a Chris Chris Hendricks, I guess. No.
Kyle Hendricks.
Jesus.
You're doing great.
I know. I'm right there. We're all on it today. Yeah, maybe Kyle Hendricks gets flipped to a starter needy team, maybe like a Toronto or somebody. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they just got to have a fire sale at this point. You're not going to win the division. I mean, you're
not going to be competitive if you can't bring all of those free agents back.
Right,
so.
Exactly.
And you've only got Wilson Contreras one more year after this, anyways. So,
and you're stuck with Hayward's contract.
Mm-hmm. Flip them and get what you can. What do you guys think is the best fit for any of those stars right now? Bryant, Baez, Rizzo.
Okay. I'm going to go just right off the cuff. Bryant, I'm going to say Atlanta. Baez, Cincy, which won't happen. Rizzo. Oh, that's a good question.
Giants.
Ooh.
Yeah, Brandon Belt's going to be out for a little bit.
I like the Giants.
And Rizzo's an upgrade over Brandon Belt anyways, so...
I like Rizzo to the Giants.
Rizzo to the Giants would be huge, man. Like, just roll with it. If you're the Giants, like, why not? Like, you don't have that much invested, like, financially this season. So, just see what you can do with the team you got and then go from there.
I like that a lot. I really like Baez to Cincy, too. That, like you said, they won't, but that would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Dan, you've got one more little tidbit here under Who's Not. I want to hear it.
Yeah, anytime I get a chance to drag Stephen A. Smith, I'm going to hop on the opportunity. So I don't know if y'all caught this with it. I think it was last night. I did
a little bit of it, yeah.
So he basically said that it wasn't a good look for the MLB, that Shohei Ohtani is the face of the MLB, and that he needs an interpreter to understand what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
So
Pretty
first
racist.
of all, fuck Stephen A. Smith. He's the biggest loudmouth, unknowledgeable piece of shit on any of the sports networks next to maybe Mad Dog. That dude's a big fucking idiot too. So those two together are the absolute worst. And like, so he's getting absolutely roasted and dragged on social media right now. Like, did you really just say that? Like, it's 2021, bro. Like,
right.
Shohei, they're talking about the MLB in NBA broadcast right now because of Shohei Ohtani.
Right.
Regardless of blatant. Go ahead. Sorry, I'm cutting you off.
I was just gonna say he is damn near single-handedly saving the MLB right now. Like, even with guys like Vladdy and Tatis, you're not getting that sports crossover talk from analysts in other sports, but that's happening right now because of Shohei. So go fuck yourself, Stephen A. Smith. Basically, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, not in addition to just the blatant like racist and ignorant comment. I mean, Ohtani is so loved by everyone. Like everybody loves watching Ohtani, man. Like if he continues even at 3/4 of what he's doing this year, for years to come, I mean, he's going to be as loved as Ichiro was.
Oh yeah.
Sure. If that's the face of baseball, I'm happy to be a part of baseball. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And what's most obnoxious is that this comments like that are the exact reason why foreign-born players hesitate to even do interviews, like to learn English, because they don't want to come in and like say something bad or sound dumb basically for not knowing the language. That is the exact reason why they don't want to do it. And he's a big talking head like Stephen A. Smith is just continuing to perpetuate that, and he's just a douchebag for it.
Yeah, he sucks pretty hard. Do you know what else sucks pretty hard, boys?
What's that?
We got one big name injury to talk about.
We do, buddy. I'm sorry. Can you do it?
I blame Dakota McQuarrie. Ronald Acuna Jr. will miss the rest of 2021 with a torn ACL. Homeboy was literally carrying the Braves. Like, the Braves are a mediocre team right now anyways with him. And he was having a stellar season.
Right.
So now...
It's ironic because he was the one being carried. Sorry.
Oh, my heart, bro. Stomped it. Oh.
Did you see the picture that Dakota shared, by the way?
Yeah, I did, and I'm done with it. It was Dakota's fault. Little whatever, side note, Dakota says, I don't care who wants to fucking hear it. Ronald Acuna's a bitch, and I hate him. Hate the greats, dog. Whatever.
That's how he said it, too.
Did.
Less than 24 hours later... He's out down for the count.
Done with it, bro. So that's that. I think the Braves are out of the running for 2021 at this point. You got to call it. I don't even think they're going to make moves at the fucking deadline now. Why would you? You're missing your star player. Ride it out the season and just get out. Like, you're already having a bad season. Don't waste any more of your talent that you have stashed away in the fucking minors. Just hang on to it. Start fresh next year. So we kind of talked about Ohtani already a little bit. We're going to get back to it one more time. We also have a question here real quick. So Danny, what's up, Danny? Chumps of Champ podcast host, my dude. He says, in fantasy baseball, do you think Ohtani would be allowed to score as a hitter and pitcher? And if he did, would he go number one next year? I think that's a yes, correct? Yeah.
Yeah, he would absolutely go number one.
I don't think they'll ever combine them, though, right? Will they?
No, I'm cool with keeping them split. Just because think of the times where he pitches and he also DHs on the same day. Like, where would you put him?
Right, that's
you can't put him in both spots.
I think the only way to do it is how they're doing it now.
Yeah,
exactly.
I think so. Because you would have to literally break the entire system to like start counting for pitchers ABs if he's in a starting pitcher slot.
Right.
Yeah.
Which would have been cool because John Gray hit a home run the other day, didn't he?
I don't know, man. I've been too depressed to watch baseball.
It's been like one day.
Yeah,
talking about all this exciting stuff, and he's just instantly
Look, I've been so sad, but I've got something that's going to cheer me up later. We're going to get into. So, real quick, Shohei Ohtani. Get back to him. He will be the AL starting pitcher and leadoff hitter in the All Star game tomorrow. So that's probably the coolest shit I've ever heard in my entire life.
It's so awesome. They literally bent the rules just to let him do it too.
Right.
I don't care. Do it.
Yeah. Which I don't understand. Like they don't have to break the rule, right? Like they
wouldn't have had to, no, because I think
you just leave him in until he hits and then fucking pull him.
Well, I think the rule is that once a pitcher is pulled, he can't come back in for any reason. So don't pulling him as a pitcher should also pull him as a DH. but they're letting that slide. So if he goes out and pitches 1 inning or 2 innings, he can stay in as a DH for the rest of the game.
Oh, the rest of the game. Got it.
That's what they're doing. So that when they pull him, he can still hit.
I'm on board now. Now I get it.
Yeah, with the game not counting for anything, that's absolutely the way to go. Hey, right. MLB did something cool.
Did you see his comment today, by the way, too?
They did it. What?
The whole reason that he's doing it, so he's, someone asked him about how tired he would be after doing the home run derby tonight and then pitching tomorrow and being the leadoff hitter. And he's like, yeah, I'll probably be pretty tired, but, that's what the fans want, and I want to make them happy, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm like,
beautiful.
I'm like, dude, just give this man the MVP already, please.
Yeah.
Of everything.
Last thing about Ohtani for now. So his interpreter is actually catching tonight in the home run derby for him.
That's right.
I did see that.
So they were interviewing him like a half hour ago, and I was watching it. And I think it was Greg Amsinger asked the interpreter, was like, you've got your boy back here, your interpreter's catching. Is that so you can like talk to your pitcher, whatever's going on? So they ask Ohtani, and Ohtani says, no, it just makes me feel better because I know he's going to be more nervous than me back there catching. It's going to make me feel better, and I can just hit all the home runs.
That's great.
Perfect answer.
Dude, he's just the best.
He's so likable. God, I love him. So, as you all may know, the MLB draft is going on right now, boys.
Yeah.
So it started yesterday. First round was completed yesterday. We got a couple little things I want to hit on here. Dan, I want you to talk about the first overall so I can take the next guy.
Yeah, of course you do. So the Pirates took catcher Henry Davis out of Louisville first overall. He was generally regarded as a top, guy, but it was pretty much universally accepted who like one of the top 3 picks would be, and his name was not in it.
Right.
So I'm and he had a great year. So in 2021, his slash line was ridiculous. 370, 482 on base, 663 slug. Like that's out of this world. Mm-hmm. And he hit 15 home runs in 50 games. I'm not saying he didn't deserve to go number 1 by any means, but I'm wondering and questioning if the thought process on taking him number 1 is that the Pirates think they can get him for below the slot value for the number 1 overall pick. So Probably. They can save a little bit of money just because they're a dog shit organization that can't spend money.
Yeah.
Like the slot, to put it in perspective, the slot bonus for that pick is about a little under a quarter of what their entire payroll is for the MLB team this year.
Oh, God.
Yeah. It's like 8.5 or 8.9 or something like that is what the slot bonus is. So I'm wondering if maybe that's the reason there, which I mean, yeah, there's always strategic, picks in the draft. So probably it, but congratulations to Henry Davis for going first overall. That is an awesome achievement. And obviously not a lot of people can say that. So best of luck to him. And they're kind of already drawing Jason Kendall comparisons.
Yeah. Dude, it was a super weird draft. Like I was looking through a lot of the guys and stuff and reading up on them before the draft. There were like 7 out of the top 15 guys where they were like, oh, this guy's a potential number 1. This guy could be number 1. Nobody knew who was really going to go number 1. Like you said, there was like a unanimous like 3 where it was potential. Mm-hmm. But like there were like 7 guys where they're like, oh yeah, probably a number 1 guy any other year. But like this year, there's so many of them.
And what's crazy is 6 of the top 12 were shortstops.
Right.
So like not only do we have a shortstop heavy free agency coming up, we had a shortstop heavy draft too.
Mm-hmm. Well, I want to talk about my favorite pick of all time.
Go for it.
Mr. Jack Leiter goes number 2 overall with the Rangers. I called that, boys, what time yesterday? Fucking, 10 a.m.? I texted y'all. Fucking Rangers getting Leiter. I knew it, dude. That boy is something else. I've never followed a college athlete like I did him this year. I watched all of his starts. It was a thing of beauty all year. So he's actually he's a little bit different of a draftee. So he was drafted in 2019 out of high school and declined it. So he's actually a draft eligible sophomore now because he turned that down. So then you get 1 year of your eligibility knocked off or whatever.
Sophomore, junior, senior year, you can be eligible to be drafted then.
Right.
Yep.
So this year, 2021, at Vandy, he went 11-4 with a 2.18 ERA, and he struck out 179 batters and 110 innings.
That's
this
insane.
Boy is insane. He threw a no-hitter against South Carolina Gamecocks. Nice. In which he walked the first batter and then retired the next 27 consecutively, striking out 16 along the way.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Struck out 16 of them, though, in those 27. Just got after it. His K per 9 this year ended at 14.6 with an 8.45 whip. If there is, a bona fide ace in this draft,
Yeah.
my boys just got him.
Yeah.
And, of course, with, a major league caliber dad, he stuck around. I think he won over 100 games in his career. So Al Leiter's also thrown a no-hitter, I believe, right?
We can go with that.
Yeah, look it up real quick while I talk about it, because I'm pretty sure he did for the Marlins.
Yep.
So just
the first one in Marlins history, actually.
Yeah, look at me go. So having a dad with experience like that, like, you got to just go with it. There's no wrong you can do here with this fucking pick. I'm so excited about it. And then we'll talk about his teammate actually real quick, Kumar Rocker. So this is another guy that they were talking could potentially go number 1 overall, but he fell to the 10th pick to the Mets, which I actually really like that too. That
was my favorite pick of the whole draft.
Really?
Just because of Kumar going to the Big Apple. That I love it. I love it so freaking much.
That's super hilarious. I didn't even think about that. I love Kumar Rocker. So they were talking about him after 2019. They thought that he was going to be the number 1 overall. Kind of talked about that, but his velo and command dropped a bit this year after they had to cancel the 2020 season. So kind of, fell off a little bit. And by fell off, I mean still had a great fucking year, but, lost, a little bit of draft stock due to like Jack Leiter and all these other guys. So Kumar this year, he went 14-4 with a 2.73 ERA. He also struck out 179 batters in 11 more innings, so 122 innings pitched, and a 13.2 K per 9 and a 9.34 whip. Imagine that 1-2 punch in the College World Series, and they still come in second place. Yikes!
Yeah, Vandy knows how to turn them out, man.
Dude, they do.
Factory, man.
Everybody's gone through there. I know that Dansby and Walker Buehler were roommates at Vandy.
Oh, nice.
Crazy.
And then David Price, I believe, is also a Vanderbilt product, another number 1 overall pick.
Old Vandy just be doing it down there, dudes.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Tone, take this one because I like it.
Yeah. You know who else got drafted, boys?
Who did?
Max Muncy.
No way.
Wait, what? He already plays, though.
Yeah, he plays for the Dodgers.
I'm talking about the Max Muncy 2.0, not Max Muncy Jr., not his kid. It's a different Max Muncy. The A's drafted him just like they drafted the previous Max Muncy. Let's see. I don't know how to differentiate them now. I'm getting confused.
I know.
Max Muncy that plays
senior
for the
and
Dodgers.
junior. No, senior and junior. Right. Fuck it.
Senior was drafted back in the 5th round of the 2012 draft. Junior, he's a shortstop, and he was drafted with the 25th overall pick this year. And the kicker, they were both born on August 25th.
The most insane thing of all
12
time.
years apart. How crazy is that?
The best stat is what Danny just commented in, that he's going to trade him to me sometime in 2025, and I'm going to love that. So good looking out, Danny.
I hope they're both playing at the same time because that would be so confusing.
Yeah.
Right.
Unreal. Old Maxwell Muncy, both of them. Who's the funkiest Munciest, though?
I mean, you got to give it to
the OG.
Max Senior for
OG.
Yeah, for now at least.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what moves Junior's got, but
that's true. So we kind of already all three talked about it, but what was your favorite pick or like moment of the draft? Like we love the reactions of these players getting drafted. Do you guys have a favorite moment? Did you see any of them or anything?
Individual moment? No, I was kind of following as, just on social media as it was happening. I had the kids here, so I couldn't watch it. Unfortunately, I had to watch PJ Masks. But my favorite pick, I already mentioned it, was Kumar to the Mets. Just, he's such a spotlight pitcher. And so you throw him in literally the biggest spotlight market in the entire country. And I'm so happy for it. The only knock against him this year was that he was kind of like outed as a little bit of a stuff pitcher, meaning like if his stuff wasn't there, he wasn't going to have a good game. So
Right.
he needs to just kind of work on a little bit more command and control, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But the dude's 20 years old, 21 years old. Like, that's okay. He'll learn that. I'm fine with it. But him in freaking New York City is just, I cannot wait. That'll be the Steven Strasburg for me. Like, when he makes his Mets debut, I will 100% make sure I'm watching that game.
I like him going to the Mets too, because Taijuan Walker gave him a whole shout out on Twitter, was like, yo, welcome to the Big Apple, Kumar. So nice. I hope that they can like finagle that to where Taijuan's still there in like 3-4 years.
Let's hope so.
When Kumar gets there. Dude, that'd be fucking awesome.
Be pretty sweet.
We're also talking about, like between Leiter and Kumar, like they're both sophomores. One's a sophomore, one's a junior, right? Kumar's a junior?
I believe Kumar's a junior, yeah.
So it might not be a year or two before they're in the majors. They're already 22, whatever.
Yeah, Leiter could be up in 2023, I would imagine. Kumar's probably the year after.
Say less, my guy. Say less. I liked his reaction to all of it. Of course I did, because obviously. Right. But he's sitting on the couch. Al Leiter's next to him. They're both just like leaned back, whatever. They're like, Rangers select Jack Leiter, and he just like puts his head down. They come, just all of his boys just mob him. There's like 10 of them just jumping on the couch on top of his mom, his dad, him. They're just mobbing. And he finally stands up, throws that fucking fresh uni on, brand new hat. Oh, God, I loved it.
That's awesome, man.
And then, did you guys see at the beginning of the draft, before the first pick,
Manfred just getting booed off his ass?
Oh, yeah.
Got booed like a mug, dude. Love it.
It's not a draft if the commissioner's not getting booed. Doesn't matter what sport it is.
I know, dude. We're going to just keep booing him at all the World Series, all the All-Star games, everything, too. The fans are just going to let him fucking hear it. And I love it.
As they should.
All right, boys. So where do we go from here? We want to talk about All-Star Game Home Run Derby, or we want to do our boys first and then get into the All-Star Game Home Run Derby afterwards?
Let's talk about last week and then go into what we got coming up. You cool
I like
with that?
the way you think there, good sir. Let's talk about our boys from last week, starting off here. So as you see the scoreboard down in the bottom, Tone is leading at 6. Dan's got 4.5. I got 3.5. I've had a bad couple weeks. You can see all of the cross outs on the right side of the names. I have not won in 5 fucking weeks. Not looking hot. So, Dan, you picked Shohei Ohtani. Tone, you took Nick Castellanos. And I had Ronald Acuna Jr. And in true fucking our boys fashion, he got hurt and ruined the rest of his season. So, I'm not going to pick anybody that I like ever again. But this is the first time we're doing it under our new rules on our boys. So, we've established a point system. If you guys are interested in that point system, just let us know, and we'll, post it out on the social medias or something. You can see how we finagled the scores here.
Yes.
So, third place, Tone, who it was?
It was me. Nick Castellanos had an okay week. Nice OPS number there, 829. That's not bad at all. But Dakota, couple home runs, couple doubles, 6 RBIs led the bunch. But a lot of strikeouts, not a lot of walks or anything. And he ended up with 21 boy points. I tried so hard to keep a straight face.
It's my favorite thing. My favorite thing ever.
Man. Boy points.
Boy points.
That's hard to say. Like,
got
regardless
21 boy points. All right. Second place. Who we got?
We got our boy Shohei. He had a good week too. Look at that slash line, man. 971 OPS is awesome. Couple homers, couple doubles, not as many RBIs, but more runs scored and a walk. He actually scored 24 boy points, so a little bit better than third place Castellanos, but not quite as good as a partial week from
Ronald Acuna Jr. going out with a fucking bang, my dude. He did only play in those 5 games because, knee fell apart, so not good.
Right.
He went 7 for 18. That slash line is fucking absurd. He only had 1 home run and 1 double, 1 RBI, but he scored 6 runs, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts. He also had a stolen base mixed in there. So that awarded my boy Ronald Acuna Jr. with a 26.5 rating on the boy points scoreboard.
The boy points.
The old boy points.
Oh,
You get 0 points, Dakota, if that makes you feel any better, you ass. So I'm back on top this week at least. I'm going to cry about it, but at least my boy did me good before he went out like that. So I want to thank God and my family and Jack Leiter for allowing me to win this.
There you go.
All right. So we're going to do it a little different this upcoming week, though, right? So obviously, no games for a couple days. We got the All-Star break. So we're not going to do official Our Boys this week. We're just going to talk about, we're going to do our Boys Derby brackets. So Tone, Dan, and I have all done a bracket talking about who we think's going to win and all of that. And then from there, we've got we got a pick for our All-Star Game MVP. Do you guys have a guy picked out?
I have a few. I just wasn't sure how we were going to do it, or if we were going to spin on who gets to pick.
Yeah, I'm prepared, but I don't have I didn't solidify an answer. I don't have an answer, is what I'm trying to say.
I also don't have an answer.
All right. But we can do this. I just didn't want
three
you
picks.
to be discouraged from doing this segment. So I still want to do it.
Right.
I just don't have an answer.
Right. Okay. So you want to talk about our Derby brackets real quick? You want to do that first, boys?
Yeah, let's do it. I got it ready for you.
Cool. Let's pop it up. So who's this be?
Just pop it up. This is just the bracket. This is just for everyone to see the bracket. So.
Oh, okay. So if you're just listening, oh, fuck it. I'm not going to do it if you're just listening. You're going to watch it tonight. So we got the bracket up. Tone, hit the next one. Let's see what's up.
All right. This is old Dan's bracket here. We've got actually, Dan, you explain it. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I got Shohei over Soto, which I feel like is probably going to be the best matchup in the first round.
I hate the brackets. It should just be the top 4 home run hitters. Move on.
I can think that.
I hate the head-to-head because you're getting rid of one of the best guys no matter what right off the first.
Right, yeah, no disrespect to Madelson or Trey Mancini, but it might be 10-9 versus Shohei and Soto could be 19-20.
Exactly.
Right? No, I actually like that a lot. So Shohei and PD advancing on the whatever you want to call that, the left bracket there, and then Gallo and Olsen. I really wanted to pick Gallo to go all the way, but I figured he was going to be a popular pick, so I'm going to go with old Polar Bear repeating.
Oh, and, you're going with Repeaty Alonso.
I can't believe that just happened.
Wow, I
nailed
love
it. It's hard to bet against Shohei right now, but man, I got to go with PD, man. He's been there, done that. He knows how to save that energy for the finals and knows when to turn it on.
And he's just got a fucking keg for a chest. Like, his whole body is just built like a fucking brick house, dude.
It's like a chest with legs.
Oh, it's the greatest. It's Mike Wazowski with a human head on top, dude. It's beautiful.
All right, Ty, you ready to talk about yours?
Yeah, dude, let's do it.
All right.
Oh, look. It's pretty much the same. I got a different
similar
winner. I'm riding Joey Gallo out till the end. I think he's going to win it. I've got Olsen and Gallo beating Trey Mancini and Trevor Story. On the other side of the bracket, I've still got Ohtani beating Soto, and I've got Pete Alonso knocking out Salvi. And then the only thing that's different, Joey Gallo finna spank Pete Alonso's little baby butt.
Yeah, okay. All right, boys. It's looking like we all have the same first round.
Right.
But I've got Ohtani going all the way. I like Petey. I like Gallo. I like all these guys, to be honest. There's so many feel-good stories in this bracket, too.
Mm-hmm.
If Trevor Story did it, I'd be like, cool, good for you, dude, doing it at home.
Right.
Mancini, coming back from cancer and winning the home run derby, that'd be sweet.
Dude, okay, so also, before you move on from that, 2015, Todd Frazier won at home. Who else has done that shit? So PD won in New York. There's been another one lately too where it was a home. Oh, Bryce won in DC his final year.
Oh, yeah.
So in the last 5 years, 3 of them have been the hometown guy.
Yeah.
Dang.
Okay. That's we might be sleeping on Trevor's story then.
Fuck. Dude, so if we didn't have Salvi matched up against Petey, if Salvi was matched up against like Mancini or something, Salvi would be my sneaky link for the finals.
Yeah, I mean, and I would have Story going a little bit further if he wasn't matched up against Gallo.
Right.
It's tough. I don't love the matchups. I mean, I just don't love the idea of matchups. I'm with you. I think it should just be like everyone goes Mark McGuire. Yeah, that he would. Yeah, I think it should just be the top 4, like you said, move on, and then however from there. So
right. Well, so what we got a 3-way difference here. So you've got Petey, Dan, and I've got Gallo. Yep. Tone, you got Shohei, and we do have a separate wager with Danny Lutz of the Chumps to Champs Fantasy Football Podcast. Go check them out. They're starting everything back up. Go give them a look in and listen in. They're really cute. Danny, Scott, and Matt, they're pretty good people over there. With that being said, shall we move on to our pick for the All-Star Game MVP and discuss that while I search the full rosters and make a decision?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm literally doing the same thing.
All right, Dan, so you've got 3 people in mind. Go for it.
I do, but I feel like if I just throw names out there, then I don't know. All right.
What, do you want me to spin? Do you want me to spin?
Hang on. Say that again. You muted on me for a second.
Do you want me to spin?
I do kind of want to spin.
All right, fuck, I'll spin. God, that's all you had to say, dude. Shit.
So spin for what? To see
who
who
goes
goes first,
first?
Where we're choosing.
Yeah.
Who goes first?
Okay. Gotcha.
Well, fuck you, Dan. You go first.
All right. Well, then I'm going to take Shohei as the MVP.
Whack. Tone, you got next, and then me.
I'm just going to go kind of random here. I'm going to go. No, I'm not random. I'm going to go Vlad Jr.
That was one of the 3 that I had picked.
I'm going to go with my boy. I'm doing it.
Xander
Bogaerts. Xander
I
Bogaerts.
know. I literally
Bogaerts.
called that. That's amazing.
We all picked AL players. We don't.
Yeah, AL is superior, dude. I love the fucking American League. It's
Okay.
so much fun. Plus, they like spanked the NL's ass for like a decade straight. So
Yeah, do that. That's a fact. Sorry, I'm not like distracted. I'm trying to get the damn Derby pulled up over here, but ESPN Plus is being a butt and won't let me stream it, even though it says it's supposed to.
that's okay. Hey, I tell you what. How about we just end the show and then we'll pop up a new stream and we'll stream the Derby then.
Okay.
How's that sound, boys?
Cool.
All right. We want to thank everybody for listening, everybody that has tuned in to the Upper Decker Podcast, episode 72 so far. Thank you, guys. Thank you to everybody who collaborated with us in the comments. We appreciate y'all. If you want to do that, we do that every Monday. We do a live stream at 6:15 p.m. We're on Twitter at Upper Decker Pod, Facebook at Upper Decker Pod, YouTube at Upper Decker Pod. Live stream goes to all 3 of those sources. So follow us, tune in, like the video, share the video, let your friends know that we're cute and we talk baseball and we're funny sometimes. So do that. Tone, if they just want to listen to us and don't want to look at our cute, super cute faces, how can they listen to us?
Well, first off, they'd be wrong.
Right.
But
Fact.
if they absolutely insisted, you can search for Upper Decker Podcast on pretty much any streaming platform: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, a bunch of others. You can see a full list on our Anchor page at anchor.fm/Upper Decker Pod. If you are listening to us on any of those platforms, if it allows you to, leave us a review or a rating, give us 5 stars. Tell us we're doing a great job, that you love us, that we're cute, even though you only listen to us and didn't watch us. And yeah, we just appreciate the support. And speaking of support, Mr. Dan.
Hey, if you guys want to give us some money, that'd be real cool. So you can do that at the link that is on your screen right now, anchor.fm/Upper Decker Pod /support. You can sign up to be a monthly contributor there for 99 cents a month, $4.99 or $9.99. If you prefer just to give us some money instead of doing it every month, just give us some money one time. You can shoot us an email at upperdeckerpod2020@gmail.com. You can also shoot us an email at our new email address, support at upperdeckerpod.com. That's right. We legit now. You can also check us out on PayPal. It's paypal.me/upperdeckerpod. And you can just send us some moolah that way as well. Like Ty mentioned earlier, all goes right back into the show for equipment, for softball tournaments, for maybe a potential spring training trip at some point in time.
Mm-hmm.
And we also, if you really want to like give us some money and actually get something out of it, you can go check out the site at upperdeckerpod.com. Keep your eyes out on that because that is going to be re-released this week. We'll make a big old post about it and everything to let you guys know. There's merch on there right now. The new site will also have some new merch in addition to what is currently available. So keep your eyes peeled, upperdeckerpod.com, and there's going to be some cool shit there. Check it out.
Love it, love it, love it. Thank you, Dan, for all your hard work there. Thank you, listeners and supporters, for all of your hard work and telling us that we're beautiful and super good at everything. Let's just keep this roll going. If you want to watch the Home Run Derby with us, I think we're going to try and stream that. So keep an eye out here in the next couple minutes. We're going to try and get that back going. If not, have a great night. Enjoy the Derby. Enjoy the All-Star game tomorrow. We will see you guys next week on episode 73 of the Upper Decker podcast.
Dang. Home run record episode.
Home run record episode. Holy piss.